Hello, everyone. This is Alexis Hutchinson with the FYE Talks podcast. I will be your host today, and we have a great guest on our show today, Chase Deneen.
Hey, glad to be back.
Awesome. And we're going to talk about his book that he's written. And so make sure that you check out our podcast every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. You can find it on Facebook or by going to ECTCFYE on Tumblr. And you can find all of our previous episodes and our upcoming episodes. But like I said, today we're talking to Chase about this super awesome kids book that he's written and kind of what inspired him. So Chase, why don't you tell us a little bit about your book and kind of what led you to want to write a children's book?
Well, the interesting thing about it is it was basically I basically took communications in high school my senior year. It was one of the two dual credit courses I took other than college algebra. And one of our projects was to write a children's book. It was basically like a new thing to our communications class. 'Cause she said like back then they never did this, and I thought, this will be interesting and really fun. And it was a struggle at times because I was still trying to get deep into like that age group.
Mm-hmm. And so what age group is your book meant for?
It could be, honestly, it doesn't, since it's really a children's book, and so it could be any age. Like, I'd say even like fun for the whole family.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I think at the time I was thinking like maybe like around elementary school, something like that.
Gotcha, definitely.
And so what it's about these two best friends, Alex and Jake, if I recall. Sometimes a writer can't remember their own characters. No, Peter and Jake, my bad. And they are best friends. They're basically like the expression, two peas in a pod.
Definitely.
They love this. They have similar interests. And then one day, this new kid, Alex, comes in, and he is basically hanging out a whole lot with Jake, and Peter becomes jealous. But then later on, he soon it's either realizes or discovers, I can't remember which word is better, that the real reason why Jake and Alex are hanging out together, because he has autism.
Interesting. And so that's really powerful. And so it's called The New Superhero, correct?
Yes.
And so where did you get inspiration for that title? Because that's a really, really great title.
Well, I kind of like, and this was even before I wrote it. Like I've always thought, like, not at first, but like I'd say throughout the years, I've come to not only accept my autism, but also I like to think of it as my superpower.
Awesome. That's great. And so was that what inspired you to write the book, and kind of like writing it from a place of personal journey, you know, things that you had seen or experienced growing up?
Yes, and if I recall, I think, interestingly enough, like at the time when we were doing this project back in high school, I think I was still, like, I wanted to try something hard, like, I wanted to do, like, something like R.L. Stine.
Oh, yeah.
Inspired, like, that kind of
like
horror.
Goosebumps kind of thing?
Yeah, because, like, I grew up reading those books.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But then I thought, maybe it'd be better. But then, like, my mom inspired me / talked to me. Sorry, I don't know what's the right words or phrases to say.
Definitely, either one.
Basically, she inspired me to instead do more of an educational per se. Per se?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. And so, where can people purchase your book? Could people get it for themselves? Because I know that, other parents with children with autism or just people looking to be more aware and more educated in general would probably love to read your book.
Yes, and you can get it on, because what we did, we wrote our book using this website that not only lets you create your own children's book, but it also publishes it on the same website
Neat.
called storyjumper.com.
Neat. Awesome. And so do you see any more children's books in your future? You think that was something you'd do again, or you look to maybe jump over into that R.L. Stein Goosebumps genre this time?
I don't know, but like it would be fun to do like another book. I don't know when. Like you never know what the future holds.
Definitely.
But like I know it's gonna be hard because like being an author, like that kind of creativity. Like there's so much, so much of the process or the system, whatever you want to call it, that goes towards like any book or book series.
Definitely. It's a lot of planning and plotting out the narrative and things like that. And so, have you seen a lot, and just, you may have had some exposure to this, you may not, do you see children's books nowadays including more characters from diverse backgrounds, like characters with autism or characters with any kind of disability, physical, whatever the case may be?
Well, back then I was a big reader, like I always loved to read, but over the years I kind of stopped. I don't know why.
I think that's a natural. You get into college and you're like, I would literally rather do anything else.
Yeah, and that's when I started loving, obviously, to watch TV a lot.
Oh, yeah.
On the whole Netflix and such. But I still appreciate it, like, whenever they can do it, like, in the media. And if I recall, I think there is, I want to say a comic book series related to autism.
Neat.
Yeah, I don't remember what's it called or the author, but I do recall that there is one.
Awesome. Well, that's really great representation, and it lets people get more informed, more exposed to people with autism. Because as we've discussed in our previous podcast, people with autism want people to be aware, right? They want to spread that knowledge and to help people understand what it's like to have autism.
Yeah.
And so I think that your book is a step in the right direction, definitely towards helping younger children, start to learn about, okay, here's what autism is. And if you have a friend or if you have autism or something, you can be a superhero. You can be the hero of your own story.
And what's also interesting, like, it made me think when we talked about, like, back in our previous episode about autism, I want to say dove deeper into, like, the media talking about it, like shows and whatnot. I remember talking about Love on the Spectrum, the Netflix original, and this one moment in the show still sticks out to me, and I love it. I can't remember what her name was, but like she was on a date with this guy, and the guy was like, I don't remember the whole
Like the context.
word for word
Yeah.
dialogue, but it was something like, when he said something like, I think he said, like, I don't know a whole lot of people with a disability or date a whole lot of people with disability. I don't think he said it like in a rude way.
Yeah.
But then the girl said, what do you think autism looks like? Because it's obviously like not a physical disability. I think that's what they say, like it's a disability. It's more of a mental one. But to me, obviously, especially with the book, it's not much really of a disability. It's more of, another way I like to view it as, a different way of learning, I want to say.
Definitely. Definitely.
Because everybody, not everybody thinks the same, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I mean, I completely agree. I think that changing the way people view autism and trying to help people understand that, you know, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing, you know, that you can't do that you can't achieve if you want it. But making them understand that it's more of I'm just a little bit different in how I learn or how I interact. And I think a lot of kids reach out for that and they would like to hear more about that. Mm-hmm. And definitely see it more in the books that they're reading and the, you know, the television that they're watching, all those different kinds of things.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, where are we going now?
And so that's the thing. With your new book, or with your book, excuse me, I encourage anybody to reach out to Chase and, you know, get in contact with him if you'd like more information about the book and to maybe purchase a couple copies. Check it out. It's definitely great, and it's great for the family, great for a story time, and you can find that on
storyjumper.com. You can get either, obviously, the choice of hardcover or paperback, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Absolutely. And so check that out, and we'll have Chase on the show again to keep educating us and informing us about autism and all the different ways that he's impacting his community to help spread awareness and to help people understand that, you know, autism is a superpower. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thank you, Chase. And as always, tune in for the FYA Talks podcast every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. We look forward to having another great guest and other great episodes that you can check out. If you've missed any of our episodes, feel free to get on there and scroll through our selection. And feel free to leave any feedback or comments. Thank you.